back to another podcast. Today I'm here with Solar Dollar.
Yes, that's correct.
And today we're gonna try some arroz con
Gondules!
Yeah.
Puerto Rican dish, a delicacy. Arroz con gandules, supreme meal. Keep going.
And I made some pollo guisado. This was my first time making this type of food, and it was actually looking fun. And I'm very happy to try this new food with Solid Dollar.
Yeah.
So let's dig in.
Cool. All right. I think we're gonna do a very Mr. Beast intro to this food, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna add the sound effects. We're gonna do the face features, right? You ready? Okay, here's the reveal. Okay, but seriously, arroz con gandules. And it's probably hard to see on the camera, but she even got a little bit of like pegao in here. That's like a Puerto Rican word for like the crunchy rice at the bottom of the pan thing. I don't know what you guys say it and you know how you say it, but
Arroz quemado.
okay. Anyway, yeah,
Well,
I
you're
don't know.
asking, not answering.
Do you ask a question and then we eat, or how does this work?
So, I want to dig in and then ask you a question.
Okay, so she wants to eat first. This is her
So I'm looking hungry.
breakfast, a crazy breakfast. This is like so heavy, but okay.
I'm gonna try
Good way to start the day.
That's good. Oh my lord.
I need some tissues. That's actually really good. Oh yeah. No, but for real, I haven't had this in like 2 years, bro.
2 years?
This is so good, yeah. My mom makes this every Thanksgiving because it's just such a Puerto Rican food. And sometimes she makes it throughout the year, but she definitely makes it on Thanksgiving. And, you know, just from moving and stuff, I haven't been home in a while, or I haven't been home for Thanksgiving. I went home for Christmas. But yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Let's try the chicken. It's probably not as good. I'm kidding. So soft. Not dry at all. You're really good at cooking.
What do you mean dry?
I said not dry.
Oh.
I said you're really good at cooking.
I know.
Even my chicken, it's hard for me to like, I've been cooking for a while. It's hard for me to get it like, not to use this word, but moist like that. Dude, this is so good. This is fire. Oh my God. Okay. All right, what's the next part?
Oh.
You're gonna ask me embarrassing questions?
Yeah.
Actually, real quick, let me ask you a question. What do you think?
It's actually good.
Good, right? I told you, Islander food is good. We don't need hot sauce on everything.
No, it's soy sauce.
We don't need hot sauce on everything.
And it's a chili
It's
right
delicious. No, okay, but go ahead. Ask your question.
Okay, my first question is, we know that you love
Speak louder.
cooking.
Speak louder. Go ahead.
We know. We know that you love cooking. We want to know what's your favorite chef if you have one.
My favorite chef?
If you have
Oh
one.
my God.
And it can't be me.
Okay, well. Now I refuse to be on the podcast. No, my favorite chef for 100% is Anthony Bourdain. I'm sure a lot of people know, but do you guys know about Anthony Bourdain? No, he's white. It's okay. But no, he's famous for being. He was a really, really good chef, like world-class chef. He was one of the only people who, like, I think could really like measure up to sort of like Gordon Ramsay or something like that, you know. But aside from being a good chef and making amazing food, he was a very like philosophical and very like sweet person. Like he often talked about like just important things in life, like the values of life. Like he was a really nice guy. Like, you know, Gordon Ramsay is famous for like being mean to people.
Yeah.
He was kind of famous for being like nice and friendly. And what else did he do? Unfortunately, I think he took his own life.
Oh, wow.
From suicide. And I feel like people who usually are like depressed like that are a little bit more sensitive, but he was still an amazing man. Mm-hmm. So he was definitely my favorite chef, and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Other than that, Gordon Ramsay, He's got surprisingly good YouTube like tutorials on like. If you ever get a chance, try his homemade hamburger tutorial. It's like a 5-minute video. It's good. You're making a face. It's good. I'm just saying, trust. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
crazy.
sweet. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. The children are reminding me. My favorite chef is my wife.
No. When he gets home, beat him up.
Beat me up. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Don't forget to talk loudly. I'm gonna keep being the annoying English teacher. You gotta communicate.
Next question. What's one meal that you have cooked that you think it was the hardest, but at the end of the day, it was worth it?
Ooh, hardest meal to cook, but at the end of the day, it was worth it. That's a really good question. I mean, frijoles are obviously amazing. That's a really good question. I think one of the harder things that like I do regularly, not regularly, but like I made it more than once. Like chicken parm, like all the steps, like making the sauce from scratch. I don't make the noodles from scratch, but making the sauce from scratch, cooking the noodles, beating the chicken up or tenderizing it, you know, frying it, breading it properly where it's not too greasy, but it's also not too undercooked. Frying chicken is kind of hard, like, you know.
That's easy.
Okay, how do you do it?
How do I do it?
Do you have like a frying thingy?
No.
You just have a pot? Yeah. I hate frying chicken. Hold on.
Anyways.
We just have to cut some part out.
So,
Jocelyn was just saying that she's really good at frying chicken.
I don't add salt and pepper like you. I actually season it.
Okay,
like
you actually
really
season
good. Get in there,
season it.
up and down.
Jesus.
All the
I think there's a little bit of, you know, just because I'm light skinned doesn't mean I don't season my food. But also, I'm trying to lose weight, so I haven't been seasoning my food lately.
Yeah, because you only have mayo.
I hate mayo. I will not take this slander, bro. I will not take this slander. I will not take this slander. I hate mayo. Okay, anyway.
No, you love mayo.
But
you know that, right?
What's yeah, chicken parm. Another one is soup. Soup can be so disgusting if you make it badly, and to make it good, you have to take like hours and hours and hours to make good soup. French onion soup is the best soup. No questions asked.
French what?
French onion soup is the best soup.
Oh my God, I heard you.
Period. And it takes forever to make. So, yeah.
Okay, next question.
Uh-huh.
Has there been a meal that you wouldn't want to cook ever again?
A meal that I wouldn't want to cook ever again.
Mayo.
Mayo?
Mayo from scratch.
That would be nasty.
See, the thing is, I'm pretty good at cooking, and I normally don't try to cook things that I don't want to make. It's a good question.
Okay, let's do this, right? Think about a meal that took you hours and hours and hours to make. Would you do that ever again or no?
Maybe. When I hate to keep bringing this up because I'm not one of those people who keeps talking about it, but when I was teaching in South Korea, the grocery store there is obviously very different. They offer a lot of different like vegetables and spices, and that was really difficult to deal with because it's like I can get chicken no problem, I can get steak no problem, or whatever, fish, whatever, but like I saw vegetables there that I've never seen before in my life, and I was like, how do I cook this? And one time I tried to make a spicy curry based on a Korean dish called like bibimbap. I spent like probably 4 hours total between picking out the stuff in the grocery store because none of it's labeled in English. I had to like find it, you know, from sight, and like, you know, prepping it, cooking it, letting it like cool or whatever, and then it just came out so gross. And I was like, so you know what?
4 hours just for that?
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten better about improvising meals, but that was like one that really disappointed me because I also used to food prep for the entire week. So I used to like cook enough like stuff for the entire week, you know. So yeah. What about you?
It had to because
She's gonna be like this.
No, I cooked for another teacher that used to come here, and he was like,
dude, this is so good.
he was like half Indian, half like German.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So I cooked some Indian food, and I feel like that, like, that was really hard to find the like ingredients. So I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I kept asking Mom, I was like, have you seen this like around the store?
That's
like I don't
crazy.
even know. But I would cook it again, but it's just like it took me really hours to make.
Yeah. You know what? I have to admit something that's gonna make me lose street cred with the Latinos, but I hate making rice from scratch, like in the pot. I hate making rice in the pot. I have a rice cooker. It just takes forever. I hate it. But it tastes better, but I'm lazy, so.
I don't
To
cook
be
it
honest.
in the pot.
You have a rice cooker too?
No,
How do you cook it?
on the
In the-
stove.
Like in a pan? Mm-hmm. I've never seen that. I think I've only seen that in like paella for like Spain. Okay.
Anyways, next
Yeah.
question.
Speak loudly.
If there was a meal in the world that you could cook right now, what would it be?
Like if I could like, you mean like, if I could like wave a magic wand and suddenly know how to cook it?
Around the world, they don't matter.
Around the world. This is gonna be weird and it's probably not like, you know, the most popular choice I'd say, but like Japanese puffer fish. Do you know about this? No. I mean, a lot of people do know, but for those of you who don't know, Japanese puffer fish, they'll sell it in like really fancy sushi restaurants. You guys know what a puffer fish is, right? Like it's the fish that's like looks like a ball's like spiky.
Mrs. Puff,
Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob, yeah. Just put a big picture of her.
right here.
Yeah, right here. But Mrs. Puff, and with the puffer fish, it has a little organ in its body that's like full of poison. So the only way you can eat it is if you were like a master chef and you can cut around the organ like perfectly. I feel like restaurants will sell this one fish for like $200 because like it's so hard to find someone who can like do it like properly without killing the person who's eating it. But like I've always been interested in trying it. Like that sounds super sick, you know. So yeah. Also, I love sushi. And if you don't,
You might hate me.
you don't like sushi.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't eat it as much.
That's okay. That's
It's
fine.
because I got scared this one time because I got food poisoning.
Yeah, that's scary.
So I was like, nothing.
This is why, no offense, and like whatever, don't go to cheap sushi places because like, don't buy 7-Eleven sushi. Don't barely. You should not necessarily. You can trust it more than 7-Eleven, but I don't buy sushi from like the grocery store either. So, just a little tip.
I have a question.
Well,
Everyone in the last video was asking that they want to know a little bit more about you.
everyone in the last video was saying that they want to know a little bit more about me. Okay. But anything specific?
Mostly about like, cause we didn't really talk about you and your wife. They want to know, how did you guys meet?
How do we meet? Okay. So it's a really cute story, but it's kind of cheesy. Sorry. Okay, we got 13 minutes, so I'll just yap about her the whole time now. Okay. Wow, the Mr. Beast effect. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, it feels awkward to admit. I'm agnostic, which means that I believe in a God, but I don't subscribe to a particular structured religion. I mention this because when I met my wife, it really felt like destiny. You know, it really felt like fate because, yeah, the Mr. B. Okay, sorry. But it was my last semester. No, it was her last semester of college for her bachelor's. And I was like almost done. I had like one more year to get my English bachelor's degree. And when I was in the English program, it was an English teaching program, and I had a creative writing minor. When I was in the English program, the program was small enough, and my school is a STEM university, Stony Brook University, shout out, go Seawolves. But we kind of knew each other. Like the major was small enough where like there were maybe 60 kids in it my graduating year. So I had been through so many different classes with so many different people that I like knew all the kids who were in the program. Then her last year, because I was taking the creative writing minor and she was a creative writing major, or excuse me, she was an English major with also the creative writing minor, we had all of our classes together, which is like unheard of. Like, I had gone through that program for 3 or 4 years in college, and I had never had a single kid that like I knew had been friends with or whatever in the major that I had all of my classes with. So it was like, it felt like this very like destiny thing of like things meshing, and it was bad because I had just the summer before, I just got out of a relationship where, to be honest, I was not the best boyfriend. Jenny, I'm sorry. And,
Jenny, I love you.
Yeah. And,
don't worry about him.
But I was like, I think I need to be single for a while because I'd been like in a relationship nonstop for like since I was like 16 up until that point. Up until like
so
20
you were
years
like
old.
relationship.
No, it was like from like 16 to 20. It was like relationship, breakup, a week or two later, new relationship, breakup, week or two later, like that kind of thing. Not the healthiest thing. And so that summer, I swore off dating. I was like, I'm not going to date anyone. And, you know, we have these classes together. And first class kind of goes whatever. Don't really, you know, notice her that much. There's a bunch of people. Second class, I notice her because one, she was cute, and two, she was there again. And I was like, oh, you know, like I just recognized her face. Third class that day, she's in my class again, and I'm like,
I need to ask her out.
Well, no, I wasn't thinking that.
He's like, here's a little.
I was trying not to. I'm a sucker for, you know, cute women, so I was like trying not to like get, you know, suckered into it. And but it started off as like, you know, the way she tells the story is by the fourth class that day, which we also had together. We're having a discussion in this creative writing class with the professor, and the professor asks us a question, and I raised my hand, and I was like, well, you know, it's actually interesting you mentioned that because earlier before, Valerie mentioned blah, blah, blah in a different class discussion, and I think that's a really, like, salient point or whatever. And her neck, like, went, like, because she was like, how does this man know my name? Because I was paying attention to the teachers calling attendance. Because you know, I thought she was cute, so I was like, let me think about what her name is. And it was like, you know, that was August, late August, and a couple months go by. I don't know, we kind of became friends just from having all the classes together, discussions together. We ended up walking to class together because we had the same route, you know what I mean?
So cute.
I know, so cute. And
Joey moms.
we'd get lunch every day together. It was really cute. And
so it was like love at first sight.
Not really, or like it kind of was, but I was like convincing myself that it wasn't. And the big moment that I knew, the big moment that I knew was from mid-August to October. It was right before Halloween, so it was late October, so this is like months. I'm at a haunted house at Corn Maze with my friends, my best friends, and I was telling them about her. And I was like, I start the conversation by being like, because they were getting some girlfriends, so we were just talking about romance. I started the conversation by being like, yeah, there's this cute girl in my class, Valerie, you know, I kind of get a mother of my kids vibe, but I swore off dating, so I'm not going to pursue it. And I was standing behind them in the haunted house line, and they both they turned around to look at me like, mother of your kids vibe? Because when you're 20 years old, to talk about someone who you're like, even thinking about having babies with is kind of crazy, you know? And, you know, the rest is history. We started dating. She made all the first moves. I was being a shy little boy. And, you know, stop it.
Props to her.
And yeah, props to her.
She's the man in this relationship.
She really is. And yeah, and then we got married in her backyard. And it was really nice. Yeah.
That's cute.
She had a nice backyard. So yeah. I'll maybe send you a picture of our wedding that you could include in the YouTube video. All right, come on.
No, thank you.
Okay. I'm allowed to show off my life. I'm allowed.
No, only I can.
I'll just, you know what? It's okay, guys. I'll put it in the YouTube comments. Okay. I'll get the image in there. Nice little imager link.
One last question.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, because I tried some of your food and it's amazing. Very good.
I really appreciate that.
It's very good. Have you ever thought about opening like your own like chef
Oh my God,
program?
Dude. All the time.
YouTube video.
Not even a chef program. I was actually thinking of this upcoming summer. I love cooking.
You know that.
Part of me thinks it's in the genes. my late uncle, my mom's brother who passed away long ago, Melvin Ojeda. He
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He was an amazing cook.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone said he was an amazing cook. And like my dad specifically, my dad who's low-key a big back as well, would constantly, when we were always talking about my uncle, sharing stories, would bring up this one time where my uncle made my dad like oatmeal for breakfast, but he had like put all this stuff in it, like sugar, spices, whatever, but he had frozen chocolate chips, and then put the frozen chocolate chips in the oatmeal, and my dad was like eating it, loving it, demolishing this bowl, and he was just like, Melv, like, why did you put the why are the chocolate chips frozen? And Melvin was like, because when they're frozen, they melt slower. Because if you put the chocolate chips at room temperature, if you ever try this at home, it's actually so good. Room temperature chocolate chips in oatmeal, it'll just like turn to like liquid, and the oatmeal becomes like a chocolate soup. And I just thought that was so cool. So I think it was partially in the genes, partially just a passion of mine. But I was thinking about this upcoming summer, maybe trying to go to culinary school, just because those programs could be a little cheaper, and I think it'd be really cool to learn how to be like a real chef to some capacity. But other than teaching, I've always dreamed of owning my own like bar, and like bar like cafe, and usually those places have food. So I'd love to like, be in the design process of that.
I could be the chef.
Yeah. Oh,
Gotcha.
sure.
Just pay me $100 an hour.
I was gonna say 10 years, maybe, if you're not, if you graduated high school.
Damn.
Okay, you better. You graduate high school, maybe I'll hit you up and I'll be like, hey. Yeah. Maybe I'll hit you up.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping out. I'm not dropping out. I'm gonna actually go to high school, finish high school. I'm not planning to go to college. That's the one thing I'm not
That's fair.
planning. But
That's fair.
definitely finishing high school. Probably mid-high school, I'm gonna start working with my mom. And after high school, I'm gonna start going to tattoo.
Oh, that's awesome. An
School.
apprenticeship? Yeah.
It's like 2 years, I think.
Yeah. It's like it's not an associate's, but
It's like a
it's like a 2-year program.
And I'm also get started in mechanic.
Ooh.
And yeah.
That'd be cool. Tattooing mechanics would be really cool. I could definitely hook you up with people because there's a lot of really good tattoo artists in Denver.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a tattoo for my birthday.
What?
Upcoming. It'll be a surprise, a reveal for the next video.
All right.
Springtime.
Wait for the next video.
Yeah.
In the comments, guess what it is gonna be.
Yeah, in the comments, guess what it's gonna be.
It's probably gonna be a white chick riding a horse.
White chick riding a horse. That's not a bad idea.
Oh my God, no.
No, but I'm not getting that.
No.
I'm not getting a horse girl tatted on my body, bro.
Or Valerie on like a horse. Yeehaw!
Do not get your
I
loved
love
one.
horse.
Stop. Do not get your loved one tattooed on your body. Okay, get their thumbprint or something. It never looks good. It always looks ugly.
Why don't you get Valerie's kiss?
Okay, maybe.
Like,
Because we're also, no offense, Valerie and I
I don't know.
don't.
I don't know right here.
That's very.
Cheesy.
It's not that it's cheesy. It is kind of cheesy, but it is like. It's like one step closer to those people get their names tatted on each other, and then when you
I
break
would.
up, you're like. Don't do
But
this.
because look,
Don't
you
do this.
and Valerie are married. You guys are meant to be.
Yes.
You guys are soulmates.
Yes. So it's awkward when my kids are gonna be like, Daddy, what's that tattoo? And
It says Valerie.
it's like, oh, your mother's kiss mark. Like, that's awkward.
Or what did you get her name right here? Valerie.
Maybe I'll get the name. All right, I'm being told we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
The
So-
podcast is too fire.
Can I abuse? Anyways.
Okay.
So stay tuned for our next one and for the surprise of Floyd's tattoo. And the next video he will show us if he gets it. If not, then
Yeah.
that's too sad for him.
I know, too sad.
Anyways, thank you for another amazing podcast and see you on the next one. Bye.
Everyone, thank you for listening. Once again, go buy the magnets, go buy the rugs, the chefs.
no rugs.
The chefs, what is this called? The aprons, the Compliment Center aprons, right?
There's none.
And as a little bonus, Jocelyn's gonna finish all of our food in 5 seconds, or she gets an F in my class.
I don't even have your class.
Start the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.